Hey, I'm Lily, if you don't know already. Today I'm going to be making a video on my experience meeting Niall Horan. Never would have thought I'd be making this video, but here we are. So as of right now, I've met 2 out of 4, Liam and Niall. I never would have thought today I've met both of them, so like that's an accomplishment. But today I'm going to be telling you my experience from Flickr Sessions DC. So it started, I won a contest back in right after his tour dates got released, like the week after maybe. I won a contest to win tickets from a radio station near me. And with that, I was qualified to win meet and greet and Soundcheck Experience, so I didn't think I won that, and flash to the day before the concert. I get a call at around 10 a.m., but my phone's in my locker because we can't even have our phones on us, like, at my school. And I didn't see the voicemail until, 6 p.m., and I was at a football game, and it was like, we emailed you information on your meet and greet. And it was my mom's email, so I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, check your email. What the heck is going on? I did not think I won meet and greet, so I was like, what? And I was at a football game, so, I had to, control myself. It was really hard. So my mom calls me back, and she's like, I didn't even get an email. What do you mean? So we tried to call the place back, but they were, closed. It was after their hours, so they couldn't call us back. And I don't think anyone works in that office over the weekends. And it was Friday, so great. So I try not to get my hopes up, even though I got my hopes up really high. Wow, I'm gonna meet Niall, wow, this is gonna happen. But really, I was kind of worried that something bad would happen because they didn't email me any information, even though they told me I won meet and greet. So yeah. Flash to the day of the concert. I wanted to get there earlier, so in case I didn't get meet and greet, I could still be not in the very back. I got there around 11 a.m. and there were a lot of people there already. So we got there at 11 and there were already 800 people in line. So we just stood with my friends who were already there. So then this guy, I think his name was Bingo, the worker from the Fillmore, comes down the line and he's like, okay, VIPs, if you have meet and greet and sound check, we're gonna come get you in an hour. And it was 2 p.m. I guess. So I wait an hour. My mom brings me and my friend food because we were hungry, we hadn't ate all day. And finally, it's been an hour, and we're where is he? So we walk up to the front, and they're lining up all the VIPs. So it's my spot in line, and he's like, what's your name? Because he has the VIP list. It was my name, or my mom's name. And the worker was like, you're not on the list. And I, my heart just shattered at that moment. I was like, what do you mean? So he was like, just go to the end of the line, I'll take care of you in a little bit. They were really nice about it. Everyone goes in, they're in the line ready. He gets to me and he's like, okay, do you have any proof of the win? So I play him the voicemail. He listens to it 8 times and he's like, this sounds authentic. I don't think you're lying. But a lot of people come through and scam. And I was like, no, I completely understand. I was so nice about it. But I was crying a lot because I was I didn't think I was gonna meet him at this point. So I was like, oh, I got my hopes up way too high. So after literally 30 to 40 minutes, the radio station lady came and she was like, oh, this is our fault. It was a complete misunderstanding. It was our fault on behalf of the radio station. And then the guy was like, okay, we can work something out. He was so nice. He was like, I'm sorry to do this, but, and pulled out the wristbands. Oh, my mood changed so fast. I was so happy. I literally cried my eyes out for 40 minutes. Because I didn't think I was going to meet him. It was so bad. I was so embarrassed, but at the same time I was trying to contain myself. I didn't get in because I was crying, guys. I got in because I had proof that I did win and that the radio station lady came and helped me out. I get into the line, they give me my wristbands, and I have mine hanging up on my wall. I'll show you a picture. And they give us a plastic bag to put our phones in because we weren't allowed to use our phones during soundcheck or meet and greet. And then when they let us in, it was super chilled out. There was maybe 50 people for meet and greet. It wasn't too many, but it was more than I expected. We went into sound check, and then after maybe 15 minutes of being in there, Niall comes out. This came out out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Niall. We were on the right side on the barricade because we were last to get in. This sounds so cheesy, but the whole sound check, Niall would look in our way and make dead eye contact with me and my friend Jenna. So in the beginning, we're all it's soundcheck, if you've ever been to one, it's really chilled out, you're all kind of just friends. So Niall was like, this is gonna be a quieter kind of sound check, and he started shrugging. I started mocking him. I was like, And then he looked at me, he points at me, he goes, "She gets it." That was like our first encounter, and I was so happy. He sang Flicker, This Town, and Paper Houses. So after he was like done singing all those, he was like, "Any questions?" Everyone who was like clustered in the middle like raised their hand, and then only my friend Jenna, who was like, we were only people on the right barricade. Only my friend Jenna raises his hand, and he looks at Jenna and calls on Jenna. And Jenna asked if he was gonna have a song with Shawn Mendes, and he said it's like a possibility, but the week before they were like in LA, and instead of going to the studio, they went on a hike, so. But yeah, Soundcheck was like really chill, like it sounded so amazing. Like Flicker, no one sang and it was completely silent, just him singing, and it was so good. And he was like, "Okay guys, we're like just gonna go line up in the meet and greet," and I was like crapping myself. We were like one of the last people in line to meet him. We were like getting up there, and then his like all of his like management was like around, and Mark was there, like, "Where are we going today, Mark?" And one of the guys, I forget his name, he's like friends with Mark. He was like running the meet and greet line, so he would like send them in like to where the paper background was. He was like, "Why is everyone so dressed up?" And I was like, "I mean, we're meeting Niall Horan." So then like I wanted to be, okay, we like planned this so hard before because we wanted to do one of those like cute hugging pictures, and I wanted, or my friend Jenna wanted to be on the right, so I was like, "Okay, whatever, I'll just be on the left." It's like a corner that you have to turn to see him, so I turned the corner. I was smiling so big, and he was smiling, and I just like, he had his arms open already, so like, of course I was gonna hug him, so I like ran up to him and I hugged him for a few seconds. It was so great. My friend Jenna came in and hugged him, and I was like, "How are you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm good, how are you?" Like all this stuff. And then the guy that like had to deal with me for 40 minutes because my name wasn't on the list, and he was like, "You made it after 40 minutes of crying," right in front of Niall. Niall was like, "Oh, like, did you miss the little show?" He meant like Soundcheck, he just didn't know the name for it. And I was like, "No, like, I was there." Like, I was like, "I'm so proud of you, I love you so much." And he was like, "Thank you, like, have a great evening, like, enjoy the show." He was so concerned that I missed Soundcheck, like, it was so cute. Our picture is really cute, I'll insert it. So yeah, then we went outside the venue, and it was like maybe 5. We got in like the separate VIP line because we would get in let first for barricade. A bunch of like my other friends were there in like the back, towards the back of the line, but they could like leave the line if they had chairs set up and whatever. A few of my friends like came up to me in the VIP line because I was on the edge, and they were like, "Oh my gosh," like they were freaking out, and I was freaking out, and I was crying. It was like 6 and doors opened at 7, but like 6:45ish for us. Me and my friend were like starving, and there were these moms in front of us. They were really loud and really obnoxious. So we were like, "Can you guys just like save our spot for like 10 minutes? We're just gonna run to Panera." And they were like, "Oh sure, sweetie, like go get you some food." So we were like, bop. It was pouring rain, so we ran in the rain to Panera, which was like only right across the street, but still. We got mac and cheese, and then we ran back to the line, and it was like 6:30 by this time, and the guy was like, "All right guys, if you're eating, like toss it, like we're about to go in." And we were just like, "Oh my gosh." So we like scarfed down our food. They were like, "If you run, you're getting sent upstairs," like all this time. We were like, "Okay, like not gonna run." They like checked our bag stuff, like let us in, and there wasn't anyone at the right side of the barricade, so I like ran up there, and we were on the edge of the stage, and I was like, "Wow, I'm here." The whole concert was so amazing. All of his songs just sounded so good live. Like, if you guys get a chance, go see Niall, because his voice is so amazing. And during Slow Hands, when he like goes to both sides of the stage, when he came to the left side of the stage, I was like right in front of him, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Slow hands, like sweat dripping down my no chance that I'm leaving here without you on me. I know, yeah, I already know the moon. Stop it, you're playing no slow hands. Usually at other shows, there's like not as big as a gap from barricade to the stage, so we couldn't hold anyone's hand, but it's okay, it's fine. I got to hug him. So yeah, the whole concert was just so amazing, and The Tide is such a great song to open with, guys, because like, I don't know, everyone was just like so pumped, and like, it was amazing. I made so many friends like around me in the barricade, and during Fool's Gold, we all just like cried our eyes out. And Mirrors is amazing live, like, whoa. Just all of his album is so good, and I just can't believe that day happened. My mom got me, well, like, when she dropped us off at the like VIP line, because it was under her name because I'm not 18, she bought me like this shirt. I just got like the black and white tour shirt. And then my friend took me home, and the whole way home I was like, what the heck, like that actually happened, like I met Niall Horan. By far, this was like the best day of my life ever, and I want to go back so bad.